You have no idea how many videos I've watched on YouTube and what have you of different guys getting all pissed off about this reality that women have no principles, women have no loyalty, and that the second things don't go well, they'll walk away from the man. They'll leave him for some other better man. Yeah, they're so pissed at it, right? And I think that that's just, frankly, I think that that's foolish. Supremely foolish. The reason I think it's foolish is obviously because this is the nature of women. That's why they spout their rhetoric, whatsoever that rhetoric may be it liberal or conservative, right? Blue-haired feminist or trad thought. They're spouting this not because they believe in it, but because it's the mechanism by which they are integrated into the group that they want to belong to. And if that means that they have to say that they're socialists or they have to say that they're fascists, they're going to say it. They will say whatever is necessary to get in good with the in-group, because women need the in-group for protection. This is an issue of evolution. And so to get mad at women for breaking their word, for being disloyal, for lacking principles, it's absurd, it's foolish, okay? It's foolish and it's naive. I did a video a while back called The Scorpion and the Frog. And I used the Aesop's fable of the scorpion and the frog. The frog, thought that the scorpion wasn't going to sting him, but of course the scorpion just couldn't help his nature and of course stung the frog and killed the frog, right? And drowned because of it, right? Even when stinging the frog went against the scorpion's best interest, because that's the nature of scorpions, right? Yeah, this is the nature of women. And to be upset about it is foolish. Now, men protect their best interest by living up to their principles and being loyal, right? But foolishly, men, you presumably, you are imposing your morality on women. You are the frog, and you expect the scorpion to be the same as you, the frog, which is absurd. It's absurd because you cannot change people's nature, especially when it comes to the nature of the sexes. You've got millions of years of evolution going against you. So to try to impose on women your own notions of principles, adherence to principles, and morality is just dumb. It's just childish. It's just naive. It's foolish. Because, see, nothing that you do or say will make a woman live up to her principles. The only reason she will live up to her principles, the only reason she will be loyal, is if failing to adhere to her principles, or the principles she espouses, failure to be loyal, will hurt her with the in-group that she is a part of. If she is with a strong in-group that exerts clear pressure insofar as delineating that which is correct and that which is wrong, well then of course the woman is going to be extremely principled and extremely loyal, especially when she's young. But if the in-group is weak, or if the in-group, like we have today, is all in favor of pursuing selfish desires, you only live once and crap like that, hedonistic pleasure above all else, being happy all the time, well then of course she's not going to be loyal to you, presumably. Of course, the first time she meets a more handsome guy or a better man than you, she's going to leave you. Yeah, of course, because that's the milieu that she's in. Yeah. Now, is this depressing? Is this, is this soul crushing somehow? Is this like the end of the world? Does this mean to yourself that, you could never have any kind of relationship with a woman? No, it doesn't mean that. And because back in the day, when Genghis Khan, Chinggis Khan, right, when he wasn't Khan yet, he was just another, guy out there in the Mongol steppes, right? His wife was kidnapped. And his wife was kidnapped, but she copulated with them multiple times. And the fact of the matter is that Genghis Khan went and rescued her and brought her back. And shortly thereafter, she gave birth to a child. I forget the name of this child, right? But this child would eventually actually become emperor. I forget, I used to know all this stuff, but that's not important. You can look it up in Wikipedia or whatever. What happens with women? They have to adapt to the situation, whatsoever that situation may be. Maybe right now they're with Genghis Khan, but then maybe some competing tribe kidnaps her, and so she has to be loyal to that new tribe. And she's not loyal to that tribe. She is just protecting her best interests. And yet in my own case, I've never ever felt angry about this lack of loyalty or lack of loyalty to principles. No, because I understand women. And you know how I understood women, where it came from? From two things: learning about the history of the Mongol Empire and the Nature Channel. Let me explain. See, years ago, years and years ago, I don't remember when, but I was watching the Nature Channel, right? It must have been when I was like in my 20s or something like that, right? And they were showing lions. And they were showing these lions and how, there was the one lion, male lion, and, a bunch of female lions and a bunch of cubs, right? And what happened was that an alpha lion, an up-and-coming alpha lion, came up and fought the alpha lion of this particular pride and defeated him. And so the new lion was in charge of the pride, right? And what he did is he proceeded to murder all of the cubs of the pride, right? He murdered them all. Because, of course, he didn't want to be raising some other lion's cubs, right? So he murdered all of the cubs that couldn't run away or defend themselves, right? And what happened with the female lions of the pride? Did they object? No, they didn't object. What did they do? They went into heat. They wanted to fuck the new lion, right? Which I thought was just like bizarre, Bizarre until I realized that I was looking at it through a male morality. I was thinking to myself, these female lions, man, how despicable, This new lion comes along, kills their cubs. And what do the female lions do? Do they attack this new lion? No, they basically spread their legs for this lion. What the fuck, right? That's what I thought. But then, of course, a little bit more sophisticated, I started thinking to myself that what was going on was that everybody was adjusting to natural selection, to the pressures, the evolutionary pressures of natural selection. Yeah, because what happened was that the new lion wanted all the cubs in the pride to be his own cubs. He didn't want to be raising somebody else's cubs. He wanted a genetic legacy. And so how would he do that? He had to have sex with the females, right? But at the same time, he had to make sure that the females paid attention to his cubs and not to the other cubs of the previous alpha lion. And so that's why he killed the cubs, right? And it's nasty. It's, if we look at it from a male morality, from a male, not female, a male morality, it's really despicable and immoral and evil and all the rest of it. Yeah, but that's evolution. Evolution in action. Evolution is not moral. Evolution is not pretty. Evolution compels every living organism to do things that, if we're looking at it from a rational perspective, from a Judeo-Christian moral perspective, is really just despicable, but they do it all the time. And so I thought to myself, why would I, as a man, and the human beings around me, why would we be any different? Of course, because you see, we human beings are animals. Yeah, we're no different from, the lions and the whales and the chimpanzees and the insects and whatever the fuck, right? We're animals. We evolved, right? We evolved from Australopithecus or whatever the hell was before us. And here we are, Homo sapiens, right? And we are subject to the very same evolutionary pressures.